Hey everybody, we are rapidly rolling into the season of Thanksgiving, giving, and sharing. So I am going to be about that. I am going to continue to share things that I most like sharing. Today I want to talk about one of the it might be the most powerful philosophical framework you can adopt, but it's hidden in plain sight. So very few people truly adopt it and experience its magical power. And it's not hidden from people by other people. It's not hidden like that. And it's not hidden by the ravages of time, like buried or some ancient stone or statue or jewel or amulet. It's not hidden like that. It's hidden behind logic. It's hidden behind rationale. It's hidden behind acceptable practicality. It will stand in contradiction to what the vast majority of people will adopt as reality or realistic. Because of all of these things, it is hidden from us by us. It is hidden from you by you. And that framework is simply that when you look around your life at all the things you are unsatisfied with, all the things that give you anguish, all the things that you do not like, all the things that you really do not like, all those things that make you mad, angry, all those negative things, when you look around your life at those things in your current future, your past future, or what you believe to be your future, when you look at those things that make you feel bad, they exist because of you. They exist because of you. The crappy job is your fault. The crappy status of health is your fault. The crappy repeat cycle of the people that come into your life is your fault. The list goes on. Now, most people subconsciously have already started to rebel against this idea and tune me out. You probably some people have already moved on from this video because they say, well, that's stupid, that's dumb. You can't control, you're not responsible for the bad things that happen in your life. There are things that happen to you that are outside of your control. Believe me, I understand that mindset. I understand the logic in that mindset, but here's what I also have come to understand. That it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter, because the reality of that mindset is, if it is plausible, possible, and probable that there are things, maybe be many things, that dramatically impact your life that are completely outside of your control, then there's nothing you can do about it. And if you can't control what things come into your life to be analyzed through this reality filter, then you don't know what can be controlled and what cannot be controlled. And if things outside of your life can have huge impacts on you, negative impacts on you that you cannot control, then why do anything about it? And if you can't control which is which, logically then, why go all in and super commit to doing anything at all? Let me let that whole thing sink in, because that's a doomsday scenario that most people call reality. Now let's look at the irrational, illogical, unprovable, made-up fantasy alternative of everything is your fault. But let's just say it's wrong, that everything's not. Let's just say it's half right, half wrong. When you adopt that everything is of your making, then that immediately creates the possibility that then everything is of your unmaking. If you created it, you can create something different or change it. It is empowering. When you adopt the idea that critical things can happen to you that you have no control over, that limits your power. That takes away possible power. When you say that everything is your fault, that's the most empowering stance you can take. It is massively empowering. But let's just say you're half wrong. If you're half wrong, that you believe you could control these things, but you actually cannot, but you try and fail, and you're half wrong, then that would be no different than if you believe the other way. But the difference would be on the part where you were half right. On the part where you were half right, and you could influence it, and because you believed you could, you did, you will have effectively changed 50% of what you will come to call reality. I will take the possibility of 50 up versus the possibility of 100 down by finding myself in an unaware cycle of not really believing that anything I do truly really matters. So the amount of the willingness for me to do things is low, and the willingness to me to super commit, go all in, be all about it is almost non-existent. Why would I ever do that with no guarantees? This is a mindset worth considering. It's a rare, rare mindset. It's one that won't make sense. It's one that in the beginning, you just have to force yourself to believe that somehow, even though this really bad thing that happened to you clearly seemed to be a result of things outside of your ability, that somehow something you did created that. As sad as that might be, it's still empowering. Because if you have created that as a creator, you can create something different. Most of you won't truly consider adopting this as a mindset. Many of you won't even try it. And the sad thing is, it is so against what we call to be normal and natural in reality that it takes a relearning and the rebuilding of habits for you to truly, truly adopt thinking this way. But what I have come to learn, the more you try it, the more plausible it becomes, the more evidence you see that it might be real. The more evidence you see that it might be real, the more open you become that it is a thing. The more open you become that it is a thing, the more you notice these things happening. The more you notice these things happening, the more inspired you become to do something about everything, because each and every one of those things is empowering, and you feel that additional power surging through who you are. And as a creator that is growing in power, you become very, very optimistic about a lot of things. And bad things, as bad as they might be, don't have the lingering, soul-altering impact on you that it might have on most.